What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Cinema Wave Podcast. We are back to discuss. We already did our top 10 films of 2025. We are now finally getting around to top 25. No, that's not right. Top 10 television shows of 2025. This is going to be a silly episode, everybody. I'm one of your hosts. My name is Darian Scalamoni. I'm joined by Liz Seiko.
Hi.
And Michael Peniston.
Hello.
Mikey's the king of TV. He did watch more than 25 shows this year. So he's going to be the person that you should look to the most in this episode. But we all have our own individual lists. We all have a few honorable mentions besides Liz. She just got her 10.
Yeah.
We're going to go over them very quickly with you guys, and then we're going to jump into the larger discussion for all of it. So are you guys ready?
I'm ready.
It's a big episode. Lots to talk about.
Let's do it.
You ready?
Yep.
All right. You sure, Mikey?
I'm ready.
All right, bro. Let's do it. All right. My honorable mentions, I only have 3. 2 docuseries that I really enjoyed, a.k.a. Charlie Sheen. Great to check in on that dude's life. Holy shit. Craziness. Sean Combs' The Reckoning.
Yes.
Craziness.
Yes.
50 Cent's got a crazy agenda, and I love every second of it. And my number 11 that just missed my list is Black Rabbit, which I saw the 2-episode premiere at TIFF, and I loved, and then it just kind of dissipated a little bit for me by the end of the series. So just missed my list. My 10.
I'm excited.
My number 10 is The Bear Season 4. My number 9 is The Studio, the first season. My number 8 is The Chair Company, season 1. My number 7 is a docuseries called America's Team, The Gambler and His Cowboys. It was on Netflix. My number 6 is Pluribus. My number 5 is Hal and Harper, which was on Mubi. My number 4 is Task. My number 3 is Mr. Scorsese, another docuseries that was on Apple TV. My number 2 is Andor season 2. And my number 1 is Severance season 2. Liz, what is your top 10?
My top 10 are, we have the same number 10, The Bear, season 4 is my number 10. Number 9 is I Love LA. Number 8, Nobody Wants This. Number 7, The White Lotus. Number 6, Severance. Number 5, Task. Number 4, The Studio. Number 3, Hacks. Number 2, Adolescence. Number 1, The Pitt.
I figured. All right, Michael, your honorable mentions and your top 10, please.
Yeah. I didn't properly pick my honorable mentions because there is a lot on this list. So I'm just gonna really quickly say how many did you say I can do?
Say 3 or 4.
3 or 4?
Yeah.
I could do that. Okay. I'm just gonna have to throw it out there just because it ended. It didn't make it, but Stranger Things. I'll just throw it out there. Likewise with Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai is great. It was my number 14. So it was right past my mentions.
We've had our conversations with that. Paradise is one that didn't make my list. And The White Lotus did not make my list, but it was an honorable mention. Going down now. Number 10, I have I Love LA. Number 9, I have The Righteous Gemstones. Number 8, I have The Four Seasons. Number 7, I have The Chair Company. Number 6, I have Pluribus. Number 5, I have Abbott Elementary. Number 4, I have The Vince Staples Show. Number 3, I have It, Welcome to Derry. Number 2, I have Severance. And number 1, I have The Studio.
Okay. So where should we start?
Great list.
Where should we start? Let's start with the show that started the year and we all covered together. Let's start with Severance.
Oh, okay.
Let's start with Severance.
I was like,
You're like, holy shit, I don't remember.
I'm like, what do we start?
Because Severance came out in January of 2025. So it's been almost a full year.
And it was on all 3 of our lists.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it was your number 6.
6.
It was my number 1. And it was your number 2.
Number 2.
Your number 2.
Well, it's your number 1.
Well, we could all go off, Queen.
Okay, well, why don't you go off first?
Well,
though?
all right. So to me, it has to be a great season of TV because it's stuck with me this long.
Okay.
That's like the thing that I've gone back and forth because my top 3, I've kind of interchanged them a lot leading up to this pod.
Yeah.
But then I thought about the conversations that we had surrounding this show and how fun that was. And it is the show that I feel like it took over the world. Like I feel like when season 2 of this show came out, everybody was like, you have to start watching Severance. And I personally know of at least 5 people that didn't watch season 1, that when season 2 came out, they went back and watched season 1 to binge to get up to season 2. I think that the writing is so smart. I think Dan Erickson is like one of the best TV writers right now. I'm excited to see when they eventually get to season 3, which will probably like 2027. I'm thinking is it's going to come. Maybe even longer, they're saying, which would be crazy. But also like you make star performances stars out of Britt Lauer and Tremel Tillman, who these like lesser known actors that do unbelievable work in season 2. You bring in Gwendolyn Christie, who's great this season. I'm forgetting her name, unfortunately, the young girl that plays Miss Huang. But like a young child actor that does such great work in the show. Deitchen Lackman gets so much more to do in this season.
Sarah Bach,
thank you. I mean, you bring in Merritt Weaver. Like to me, it's the perfect season 2 of TV because it does exactly what it did by keeping its identity, but amplifying every single aspect of what season 1 was. And it stuck with me for about a year. So that's why it's my number 1 of the year. I can't wait to go back and rewatch the whole entire, because I haven't rewatched season 1, but I'm going to go back and watch all of season 1 and 2 by the time season 3 comes out, because I'm excited now to kind of return to that world on that journey. And it was filmed in New Jersey. So shout out to that.
Boom. There you go.
So why did it make your list?
I agree. I think it's just one of the most well-written shows right now for television. I mean, it's a hard TV year. I think that there's a lot of great new shows coming out, and that a lot of them are kind of taking the world by storm. But Severance, I was going in a little bit nervous into season 2 just because it is such a mysterious story. You can get a little lost in the sauce with the writing. So I got a little nervous because I was like, oh, what if they just like kind of start going completely off the rails? But they didn't. I think they kept it really tight in the world and still was able to expand on it and made us excited for like where the storylines are still going to go, which can kind of be hard because we start to see shows now. They have an amazing season 1. Season 2 is mid. Season 3 sucks. I don't think this will happen with this show. I think that it's just as long as they can give themselves some time, I think that they'll have a powerful season 3.
Yeah, Mikey, you had it number 2. So why was it so high on your list?
I just feel like this was just, again, it's writing at its best. I feel like, and performances at its best. I feel like we don't talk about enough just what a lot of these actors are doing in this, and the fact that they're playing 2 versions of themselves. I think that the scene with Adam Scott talking to himself with the camera was genuinely one of the best things I've seen out of television in a performance sake in a while. But they all deliver the same level of performance. Again, it's a show that it leaves me theory guessing with every episode, and not a lot of shows are able to do that nowadays. And it always leaves me on my toes in the same way, Darian, you brought up how it's like been on your mind since. It's like the way that ended season 2. It's just like it ended in a way I wouldn't have ever I couldn't have seen that coming at all. And I'm just very curious how they can go with this. And I do see it, like, if they wanted to, I think that they could take this a lot further. I don't want them to do that. I think maybe season 3 is all they need to end it with. But as far as season 2, I think it was television again at its best.
Yeah. I think that's really good. Another show that's on all 3 of our lists. Moving on to another Apple TV show. Apple TV killed it in 2025. The Studio.
Yeah.
So it was my number 9. It was your number
4,
and it was Mikey's number 1. So let's start with you because it's top of your list.
Yeah, I think that The Studio. So I'm a very big Seth Rogen fan.
Nice. Okay.
Yes, and Evan Goldberg. Let me not forget him.
But give him all his praise and leave Evan to the side.
Right. Like, oh man, no. I'm a very big fan of the 2 of them. Way back to like the stoner movies that they were making. I just found joy in them, and I've loved this transition with Seth Rogen and Evan, in the sense that like now they're really taking on not only just serious projects, but just anything and everything, animation, superhero films, everything. But this, I feel like, brought in a light on Seth Rogen that we haven't seen before. Not only that, but just the industry. I think it's always nice to be able to see the industry at its truest, and only the people really in it can explain it that way. I think that this is the closest. When we were covering it, and we were saying how this is the closest that we're going to get to something like an Entourage or like I forgot the other things that we kind of referenced at the time, but it's just so refreshing to see this in an industry that we're all chasing in some regard. And you know, they don't hold back. But again, to have it also intertwined with Seth Rogen's writing that I love so dearly, it's I feel like it's perfect. I feel like the casting is just so amazing in this. Seth and Evan, they just knew perfectly who to get. Catherine Hahn is a powerhouse in this. I think she's so funny. But everyone just delivers their role. Every cameo is just amazing. This is a show I definitely can see just keep going. There's so many ins and out of the industry, and I think that with all of the connections that they have, they can just keep bringing people in and working with this and playing off of this. And so I'm very excited to see where they can take this. It was definitely the funniest thing I've seen. But again, just the writing. It's just, I think back to the episode with the doctors.
Yeah.
And that is the episode for me that was like, wow, to be able to see the both sides of the coin, but then also, I don't know, like capture, like, because it's like you're dealing with such, like, it's such an intellectual conversation. And when you really think about it, and how like both sides kind of envy one another, but that, you know, you can't really say some of that stuff. And it's like, I don't know, just like the way that they broke it down. It's just so, I've never seen anything done like that before. And so, and that's just one episode. They were all good. And I loved it so much.
Liz?
Yeah, I think that this is going to be one of those shows that in the next season, we're going to get a lot of cameos. I think it's going to be a lot of A-list stars' favorite show to just have a quick snippet in. So I think we're going to see a lot more people dropping in and having random funny like vignettes in a way. I love the structure of this show. I think it's just really a great writing structure that not every show is doing, where they kind of pick like a simpler storyline for each episode, but then they're packing it in with little details and side comments. And it's like one episode is literally just them fighting over a parking spot and like fighting over like work situations, but then it's just packed with so many jokes, so much tension, and really great side performances. I think Seth definitely does amazing in this, but I gotta say, I think it's the overall ensemble that is able to like lift it up to another notch, because Seth definitely is delivering something that I didn't expect from him right now in his career. But like, you can have a great person, but if everybody else isn't pulling their weight as well, it won't thrive. And I think that's why it's thriving, because they have a great team.
Yeah, I think so. When we reviewed this, I think for the final score I gave for season 1, I gave it a 9, and I do think it's the second funniest show of the year. I have a show above it that I think is a little bit funnier, but my own personal brand of comedy. What I'm worried about with the show, we talked about this on the Golden Globes, and this is what separates it for me for Entourage, which Entourage is my favorite show of all time. So again, it's a weird bias also with that. I think the writing and the directing of the show is so smart and so great. What I'm worried about is that they become too self-obsessed and too self-absorbed. And if that is where, like Liz said, like there's like they even asked him like at the Globes, he's like, yeah, a lot of people keep coming up to me and they're like, really want to be on the show. And I'm like, that makes me nervous. And the one difference between Entourage and this is that because it is the same thing. In Entourage, you're having actors playing versions of real life people. Like they're playing, like it's supposed to be based on Mark Wahlberg's life, where the studio is like obviously dealing with like what it might actually be like working in the Hollywood industry. And it's not like Seth Rogen is playing Seth Rogen. But in Entourage, it's about those characters and their own relationships. And then Hollywood is around it, to where this whole thing is about Hollywood, which scares me because it becomes one of those arguments where you're just like, is this just going to be like a weird masturbatory kind of thing that's happening? Like, so that's why it wasn't higher on my list. But I do think, like, to me, the last 2 episodes were like the pinnacle of what this show can be.
Yeah.
And it really does have a lot more of those character moments that I want to see from the show. The Doctor episode is another one where, like, written wise, it's the best one. But then, like, the episode for me with like Olivia Wilde was like, it wasn't great. I thought it was fine. It like, I think that the show, there's so many interesting things that they can do. And I hope season 2 is more of a growth where we start to see the characters get more identity. Like that's what I want to see more. And then let everybody's cameos kind of play off of that, you know, but it was the only other show I think that made all 3 of our lists. So we all loved it.
I know. I think because The Bear was on yours.
Was not on
it was
Mikey's
not on
list.
yours.
I
Okay.
didn't
It was not,
yeah.
but we could jump to that next because that is another one that's in
Let's talk The Bear.
the comedy category, even
we
though
both
it's
had
not.
the same
Same
number.
score. I'm surprised it made your list.
I still appreciate. I'll start.
Okay, go ahead.
I still appreciate The Bear for what it is. Do I think that I absolutely adored the first and second season and now it's starting to dip a little bit? Yes. Do I still think that it's like, I don't think it's trash. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's like unwatchable. I just think that they were producing so quickly and filming so quickly, and they started to just kind of, I think, regurgitate information and like performances. And I'm glad that I hope that they take a year off. I hope they don't put out another season this year so that they can marinate, figure out what kind of was in that special sauce, you know?
Oh, little cooking references there,
little
Liz.
special sauce from that first season, because it's starting to get very just like dark and heavy. And like, we get it. There's trauma. There's lots of trauma. But like, bring us back to like, yes, there's trauma, but like, if we all come together as like the restaurant family, we can build something even more beautiful. I think that's why we all loved season 1. And so I'm putting it on here because I still think it's great performances and great writing. And I am still excited about the show. It just wasn't top notch for me.
Yeah, I mean, it was. So the year that season 1 came out was the same year that season 1 of Severance came out. And Severance was the only show I had above The Bear that year.
Yeah.
And again, Severance is number 1 on my list this year, and The Bear is number 10. And we're in season 4 versus season 2. Season 2 of The Bear, to me, is their best season because it does that great balancing act of really giving you the sense of who all the characters are. But it is one of the darker seasons of the show to where, but like even like Lionel Boyce like has that like solo episode that's like so special, and you dive more into what Richie is going through, and like that's where I think they're losing it because they had like in a 10 episode season they had like 4 of those episodes to where now we're getting like half of them with like 2 of them.
Yeah.
And then in the other 8 episodes, it's like a lot of like yelling and figuring things out because every season still gets those. Like the episode titled Bears this season, the wedding episode is everyone's favorite episode from season 4 practically because you're getting to see those interactions with those characters. My favorite from the season is probably him and Jamie Lee. Because I think that's a special moment too. And it's still, Christopher Storer still possesses what is meant to make this show have an identity. What I wish he would do is that he would take a year off and he would go make like a small indie movie to take himself out of it for a year and then come back to it. But then at that point, it might be 2 years for the movie to come out or the show to come out. And this show has made a lot of stars already.
They're gonna get busy.
It's gonna get crazy. It's gonna get hectic. So I'm curious to see how much longer they go with it. But it did make number 10 on both of our lists, so we both still obviously liked it. Mikey, for us, Liz just started the show, so it didn't make her list. I have a feeling it might have made her list if she did finish it. But Pluribus.
Yeah.
Also, same thing. It was 10. The Bear was 10 on both of our lists. We both had Pluribus number 6.
Yes.
So let me know why it made your list. And I'm glad you did watch it because I didn't know that you had checked it out. We haven't talked about it.
Yeah, in the past week, I just like powerhoused watched so much stuff.
For you.
Another Apple TV show, by the way.
Yes.
3 that we've discussed in the 4 shows we've talked about.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's insane. That also reminds me, we both had I Love LA on our list, so we'll talk about that too. Yes, I know you started that too. But Pluribus. I was really a big fan of it. Funny enough, I watched Breaking Bad, but I always get so much shit because I never watched the last season. Like I just like watched it and never finished it. I don't know why.
That's crazy. That's crazy. But do you know what happens?
No.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
We won't give you shit, but we're just going to scold you for it.
I'm just going to say that's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know why I just never finished it. And it was fully done and out at the time. And I haven't watched Better Call Saul. And so this is like for me getting back into this I forgot who's
Vince Gilligan.
Vince Gilligan, yes. And so I was again a really big fan. I think Rhea Seabird, is that how you say her name?
Ray Seahorn.
Ray Seahorn.
Yeah.
I was nowhere near close. Ray Seahorn. I think that she's really really good in this. And I think that for a TV show that's not a lot of talking, she still has a way of capturing the moment a lot of the time. The concept is really interesting. I feel like it's something that I haven't seen before, more so in the sense of they're taking it in so many parts of the world. And I think that's what really like had me intrigued. Like you're seeing this virus, I won't spoil it to a sense, but you're seeing like this virus spread essentially. But again, you're seeing it play out in the whole world, and the way that they're able to capture that, but then relate it still to this main character, this one character, I think is really genius. I think that to see the evolution of like this isolation and like what it does to the mental is really interesting, and I think that she captures this like that sort of mentality in this performance really well. I think the supporting cast is really nice. I don't know anyone's name, so I'm not even going to try and attempt it.
It's a lot of unknowns, like
yeah,
a lot of actors that
is.
haven't gotten a lot of like shine in their own individual careers. So it's cool to see them kind of get a spotlight in this.
It is. I really liked. I loved everyone's in this, but there's another character that makes his way to Ray. I said that right.
Yeah.
And his whole journey is just very, very interesting to watch. Again, I don't want to spoil anything because I think it's something that everyone should watch if they can. And Liz, I want you to watch it too. But I think he is a very standout performance too, and he doesn't do a lot of talking. He does, but I don't want to spoil that
takes
either.
Its time with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's again just a very interesting show, and I'm interested to see how it plays out from here.
Yeah, I mean, I like having the week-to-week mystery. That's always really fun.
Yeah.
It's the most watched Apple TV show ever already.
Oh, wow.
It surpassed Ted Lasso with Severance like within like 3 weeks, which is so
That's crazy.
But again, Vince Gilligan, he's got that power to him with Breaking Bad and X-Files and Better Call Saul. I think Ray Seahorn gives the best lead performance of the entire year on TV. I think she's unbelievable as Carol for the most subtle reasons, and I'm so happy she's getting her flowers because she's already won now the Critics' Choice and the Golden Globe for season 1, and it was a show that it only wrapped up a couple weeks ago, so it's awesome that people are checking it out and they really like it. And I think the writing is just so smart. I think there's like so many little things that Vince Gilligan does, and Sean Villa does a better job of articulating this on our recaps, but it's just like he lays these breadcrumbs that you don't even realize are breadcrumbs until like 3 seasons down the road. And it's like it's that type of shit that has me so intrigued. But it is why it's a little bit lower on my list, just because I think this is a perfect example of, again, a season 1 of a TV show being really great and then just having room to grow, because that's where I think it's going to go. Yeah. That's what I think about it. You guys both had I Love LA on your guys' list. I just started it. I only watched the pilot, but I did love the pilot from what I had seen. So you guys give you guys the floor and kind of talk about
what number did you have it at?
I did have it at 10.
Okay, I had it at number 9, so I'll start.
Okay.
I really love Rachel Sennett. I think that she's just very entertaining and funny, honestly. She's such a personality. Do I think this is like a prestigious show? No. Do I have a great time watching this and just watching like the absurdity that these characters are, like the absurdity situations that these characters are finding themselves in? Absolutely. I also think I really love it because obviously we're from Jersey. We're East Coast people.
Yeah.
I don't really know like LA culture that well. And so I'm just having a really great time watching them explain LA culture, explore it, and like kind of make fun of it too. Yeah. I'm having a really great time with it. What do you think, Mike?
No, I'm a big fan of it. I also am not hip to the LA culture, the LA scene.
Yeah.
And so it is really cool to see it. But not only that, it's just, I think it's always interesting to see a show of just like messed up people to a sense, the very selfish people. And I could see especially LA breeding that type of person. And I feel like every performance captures that perfectly too.
Yep.
I think that I agree. Rachel Sennett is like hilarious,
so
right?
funny.
And the writing is really funny. Like there'll be like little like side bits or like tail jokes at the end of the scene that are just like you won't be expecting it, but it's like very funny. I think that the way that she pairs with Odessa in this, is really well. She's a very good person, but also Josh Hutcherson in this show I'm a really big fan of Josh Hutcherson. And so I think it was smart to get him in this, and I like it. Everyone in the show I think is really good. It's a beautiful cast too. Like they all I think everyone in this show is very beautiful, but like the performances are also very there. It's really funny just to see like the influencer world.
Yes.
You know, it's not only that, but like they tie in the influencer world. So I know there's like an episode with oh my gosh, the fact I can't remember her name right now is so bad. Because she's like a huge TikTok star. Remember
is she the girl that like
Quinn Blackwell?
Oh, I don't know who that is.
Quinn Blackwell. It's yes. She it was yes. She
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Like the influencer party.
Yes.
They have like an influencer party
at Elijah Wood's house.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it goes into like, oh my God, like influencers are so spontaneous. And then like they end up showing that like they're really not.
Yeah.
And like everything is like planned out and forced. And
Yeah.
like it's like, this isn't perfect. This isn't perfect. So it's just really funny.
It is.
You should watch it. Like,
Yeah,
I can't wait to see where it goes.
Yeah, I watched the pilot. I really liked the pilot. I like Josh Hutcherson as again, I haven't seen enough from him, but like in the first episode, he's very much like the straight man to what the craziness of Rachel Sennett's character is putting herself through.
It gets worse.
Yeah, I'm sure it's gonna get crazy. Odessa obviously is having a big year.
Yeah,
and I loved her in
huge.
the premiere. Who's the one that plays her boss?
I know.
She's been in a bunch of stuff. She was in like
Leighton
Meester. I loved her in the premiere too. I thought she had some fun
Gossip
energy.
Girl.
I was gonna say, I was like, I know she was on one of those types of shows. So I am excited to continue with that. But another comedy that made both of our lists is one that I talked to you about before we started recording, because I was like, I hope it's on your fucking list. The Chair Company.
Yes.
Tim Robinson.
I watched.
Not Liz's vibe. That's
No.
totally fine. We are huge Tim Robinson guys on the pod. If I Think You Should Leave came out every year, it would probably be number one on both of our lists.
Probably. Oh my god.
Because it's the dumbest fucking thing in the entire world. But this is finally something where, like, we both liked Friendship. I think we both wanted Friendship to be a little bit better.
Mhm.
But this, and you talked about it, so I won't but the fact that we have 5 hours of Tim being able to tell this absurd story about how he falls, a chair breaks underneath him when he gets a promotion at a job, and he then decides to, he believes there's a whole conspiracy around a company, the chair company, that is out to get him, is just the craziest, most absurd plot for a show, and he gets to do it on Sunday nights on HBO, which I love. So talk to us, Mikey, about why it made your list and why the Chair Company is ridiculous and so funny.
Yes, as you put, we are very big Tim Robinson fans. I was a big fan. Yes, we were both big fans of Friendship, and you were right. There were things that I feel like it did lack, that I feel like this picked up, and I think one of the biggest reasons being that in Friendship, all of the Tim Robinson sense of wackiness was strictly on Tim Robinson's character, and everybody else was normal in that movie. Whereas in this show, I feel like Tim Robinson is playing like the typical Tim Robinson, but all of the other supporting characters, if not immediately, end up being just as wacky in some sense. You know, it's not like a bunch of normal people. And I feel like it balances him a little bit more to the point where it just amplifies it even more. And so it really works. I think that he's really smart. And I don't even know how much of him was being instrumental in the process of making this, as far as like the writing and like the directing. And I should have done my research.
He was one of the co-creators.
Okay, got you. So then, in just like he does like this really weird thing where, like, not weird but interesting where like something will seem like just like a stupid bit for no reason at some point, but it is still like important in a sense, while also having it not be important at the same time. And I want to stress that because the ending of this show kind of pissed me off, but I think that was what it was exactly supposed to do, you know? And so I feel like it's so funny to watch it play out. I think it's the jokes they land. I think that again, there's just there's nothing like Tim Robinson at all, and
nothing in the entire world,
like at all.
There really isn't, and his humor is either for you or it's not for you.
Yeah.
It's just to me, it's like it's the perfect version of like heightened Step Brothers humor.
Yes,
it's like the dumbest possible shit you could ever imagine, but on the biggest scale and the biggest stage, and you're like, I can't believe that this guy actually did this. Like it just doesn't make any sense, but it makes all the sense in the world. Like literally there's no other way to put it. It's just the most absurd thing. And if you like I Think You Should Leave or Friendship, you'll probably enjoy The Chair Company. So if you haven't watched it, you should check it out.
Definitely.
Jumping to another HBO show, 3 in a row, another one that's on 2 of our lists. And I'm sure would have made Michael's list if he had watched it, because I don't think you had a chance to check it out. Task.
Ooh.
It's your number 3?
My number 5.
Number 5. It's my number 4. Okay.
Hit us with it.
So, shout out Howell High School. Shout out Tom Pelphrey. One of the best performances of the year. Co-starring with Mark Ruffalo. And talk about an ensemble for days, man. Like, Liz and I have had conversations. We did this as a full wrap-up, right?
Yeah.
We didn't cover this week to week.
No.
So you can check out our episode for that for like a longer discussion for it. But they managed to get great performances out of pretty much every single person on this show. Including our friend Andrew Russell. Shout out. Love you, Andrew. But yeah, the again, like I would say the collaborative acting in this show for me is the best of the year. Like I said, I think Ray Seahorn had the best. I think Task and Severance to me are like 1A, 1B kind of. But the drama, the compelling drama that comes with not like a heightened sci-fi like Severance that you get out of Tom Pelphrey and Mark Ruffalo, Allison Oliver, Fabian Frankel, Amelia Jones. Yeah. I'm forgetting the 2 other actors that play like the antagonists of the series, the bikers.
Jamie McShane.
Jamie McShane and the other one.
Sam Keeley.
Yeah, Sam Keeley. I mean, like literally, like I just named like 7 or 8 actors that all are doing some of the best work of their entire career. And the writing is so great. And again, if you haven't had a chance to check it out, you should, because it is the follow-up series from Mayor of Easttown's creator, Brad Inglesby. And I think this is even better than Mayor of Easttown, which won a shit ton of awards.
Yeah.
It's just a brilliant show. It's a great show, and it was an awesome journey to go along with the characters across the 7 weeks, I believe it was.
I agree. I agree with everything that you said and more. I wish that it was getting a little bit more award buzz and award attention, but I think it's just a tough year, and
hasn't
that's
hit the
why.
Emmys yet, though. Either.
Yeah, I think it. I don't know. It's just a tough year, but I think it's some of the best writing for like miniseries, or not even miniseries, I guess is what it's called. Or maybe
it was supposed to be a limited series, and then they decided they were going to make a season 2.
I know.
Which we feel weird about. But
I feel a little bit weird about it, but like obviously I still love this world and these characters, and I think Mark Ruffalo is doing some really great work and characterization. But yeah, I loved it. It was a really fun watch to watch each week, every episode, and try to figure out like, well, what's gonna happen, who's like the mole and stuff like that. Yeah. So it's a really great show, really great, easy watch. I recommend it.
Yeah. Last thing, one of the best penultimate episodes in the history of TV.
Yeah, so good.
Like the finale is great as well, but the penultimate episode is a contender for episode of the year across TV.
Yeah, the finale like wraps everything up in a perfect bow.
Yeah. But episode 6 is
that's when everything
crazy.
is just bombastic.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Okay, I don't think there are any more on all of our lists that we share. So, Michael, hit us with another show that we haven't talked about yet that you want to talk about.
I'm gonna bring up the Righteous Gemstones.
Okay,
either that or the 4 Seasons.
It's up to you.
I'm gonna do the Righteous Gemstones.
I haven't watched either, but I see them all the time.
You've never seen an episode from the Gemstones?
No. I see them all the time pop up, and I haven't watched anything of either. So
wow.
I fell off, but not like because I didn't like it. I just kind of stopped watching it, but I watched the first 2 seasons. Okay, and it's fucking hilarious.
It is so funny. I am also a very big Danny McBride fan, and so I've always been a big fan of mainly his acting. And I've seen a lot of his like writing, writing films and shows and stuff. But this was like the first I really got to get into like the nitty gritty of like Danny McBride at like his truest, rawest. This show is so funny, and the cast is so good, and it's like there's so many people that like cameo in it. I'm going back to like season 1 because this was season 5 that came out that they finally wrapped it up this year. And I'm going back to season 1. They bring people on this show that you wouldn't expect at all to pop up on this show, given I guess like the themes of everything, but the performances that they're putting on. The whole show takes place. It's like basically like they're like rich. They're like it's like takes place in like the church essentially, but
evangelicals.
Yes, it's that and mega church. They have all the money and everything, but it's in the South, so they all have like very thick Southern accents, and it's like they bring people on that you're like that are doing these Southern accents and like are portraying these characters that are so like perfect, and it's you wouldn't expect it. Like Andre makes an appearance in like an earlier season, and again, you're just like, what? Like, how did he get here? This season, though, specifically, they tied it up really well. John Goodman he plays all of their dads, their dad in it, and I think he's again a powerhouse. And this show and this season very much focuses on his character and the love aspect. If you know that, like where he kind of stands from watching it, if you remember it.
Yeah, from the early, he disagrees with a lot of what his children do, and he doesn't believe any of them are worthy of kind of getting the access that he provided.
Yes. But then his wife had passed in the earlier season, and so it kind of explores that a little bit more. But again, the writing is they pull in characters each season, and it's like you're like, oh, like they have more family you wouldn't expect. And they are able to still tie it in. Like they brought Steve Zahn in this season.
I love Steve Zahn,
and he's so funny. And and again, he just seamlessly slides in there perfectly. And before I switch, because I've been talking a lot on this, I'm sorry, but Walton Goggins,
Uncle Baby Billy, what a character!
He is definitely the best part of this show. I think Walton Goggins is like one of the best talents we have right now, and I feel like we aren't truly seeing as much as we should be seeing of him. But he is so versatile, and it's crazy to see it. And I think this is the show where you do get to see the most of what he's capable to do, because he is able to put on this like selfish, like he plays like the uncle, and it's just, I don't want to keep talking on this show, sorry, but it's so good. Just watch The Righteous Gemstones.
Well, he's like one of the best like TV actors of the last like 25 years. When you look at like The Shield. He plays a woman on Sons of Anarchy. And then in this year alone, between Uncle Baby Billy, The Ghoul and Fallout, and White Lotus, like they're all entirely different characters. So I agree, Walton Goggins. And for me, last shout out for Gemstones, even though I haven't watched in a couple seasons, I haven't been connected to a female comedic performance to the level of Edie Patterson since like Amy Poehler, Tina Fey. Like she's the funniest woman on TV, and it's not even close to me. I just think she's absurd, and she's so great in the show. So Gemstone's a good pick. That was what number for you? That was number 9.
Yeah.
Liz, hit us with the show that you want to cover number 1 because we can't talk about it.
I'll do my number 1, The Pitt. It's so good. It's so good. It's getting like
it's winning everything.
It's winning everything. And I think the reason that like people are like the reaction that you had of like, is it really that good? Is we've talked about this when we're talking about the Golden Globes, is people just are assuming that it's another hospital like
medical drama
of like, oh, we've seen it. We've had Grey's Anatomy. We've had House. Like why is this different? The writing is so well done. The characters are fully formed characters, and on top of it, the entire season is focused on just one day. And so every episode is just based off an hour of work of these people working in the ER. Oh, wow. It's crazy. The storyline that they're able to have the arc build up to is wild, and there's some disgusting moments of being in the ER. There's some heartbreaking moments. There's some beautiful moments. And I think that they're just able to encapsulate like that world really well. I talk about it all the time, and I just like really want everybody on this podcast to watch it because none of you have watched it.
I started it.
1 episode. And I just need one of you to like watch it.
You need someone to talk to
I need to
about
talk
it.
to
All right,
somebody about it.
we'll watch it. I will watch it.
Like, it's my number one.
Once I'm done
so
with
good.
Once I'm done with Adolescence.
So good.
Once I'm done with Adolescence, I'm going to start with. I'm going to finish the Pitt.
I can't recommend the Pitt more.
I'm following you with that, by the way.
Yeah, no, I mean Noah Wiley. All I'll say is this: the first episode really does bring you in. In a great way. My favorite part about the show is the concept that it all takes place over one day, because I think that's so interesting for the concept of a television series in general.
And then season 2, it's the same thing. 4th of July. It takes place on 4th of July.
Oh wow! Didn't season 2 like just come out?
And I have not watched it yet because I think I want to binge it all.
Okay.
Oh, it's the whole season came out?
No, they're only dropping week to
Gotcha.
week. But I think I want to be able to feel like, because that's what I loved about it, is like the anxiety of being like, oh my God, all that only happened and it was 7 a.m. and it's only 8 a.m. now. Like, what's going to happen in the next 11 hours of their 12-hour shift?
It's fair. I think it's a good show that
intense.
can be consumed either way.
Yes.
But I do think it's a perfect show for binging.
Yeah.
Like, it really, truly is.
What do you got for us, DJ?
I will go to Hal and Harper, because it's a show that not a lot of people have seen. It's on a very niche streaming service called Mubi. I was lucky enough to get the screeners, and I have a subscription to Mubi. And I got to interview the creator and the star and the writer and the director, is one of my favorite people in the whole industry, named Cooper Rife. But what a heartbreaking show, but again, a great concept where you're seeing the two leads, their siblings. It's Cooper Rife and Lily Reinhart. And their father, another performance by Mark Ruffalo. Their father's played by Mark Ruffalo. Betty Gilpin plays the woman that he is going to marry. There's some other great cameos and other performances in this. Havana Rose Liu is also in this. Aaliyah Chanel Scott from Sex Lives of College Girls. But to me, Cooper's stories that we've seen across film and TV have always possessed this really human element where it feels very authentic in the same way that Task does, but this is a lot more grounded in like human relationships, not like crime and action. Like, this is about human beings learning how to deal with life. And another fun thing in terms of like a conceptual idea that's very different, Cooper and Lily play themselves at the current age, and they also play themselves as children. Oh, wow. So you get to see like Cooper interacting with like actual kids, and he's dressed as like as a 7-year-old, but it's Cooper Rife. And Lily Reinhart, the same thing. She's playing like a 10-year-old, but she's like surrounded by a bunch of other 10-year-olds when they go to the flashbacks. I just think it's brilliantly written. I think Lily Reinhart gives another one of the best performances of the year that unfortunately like a lot of people won't see because it's on like a niche streaming service. But it's a brilliant show. It's 100% worth getting Mubi, at least for the month, to check it out. It's a great series, and I absolutely loved it. So, and I interviewed Cooper on the channel, so check it out if you guys haven't. Liz, go to another one.
I'm gonna do Nobody Wants This, my number 8.
Okay.
This is just a show. It's a rom-com-y show that is just an easy watch. It's about this is the second season. It's on Netflix, starring Adam Brody, Kristen Bell, Justine Loop, Leighton Meester again. And it's essentially about a relationship between an agnostic sex podcaster who starts dating a rabbi. And it's about her being welcomed into his Jewish family, essentially. And essentially, she's not welcomed because they're like, you're a rabbi. You have to marry somebody Jewish. And it's just a lighthearted exploration about figuring out dating life. And like, do you have to marry somebody based on the same morals? Or like, is love enough? And it's just, it's a really sweet show. And I love it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very popular show. It's been nominated for a number of awards. But another one I have to check out that I unfortunately haven't had a chance to watch yet. Mikey, what is another one on your list that we haven't gotten to yet?
I'm going to jump up to my number 3, actually.
Okay. I'm
going to do It, Welcome to Derry.
Oh, yeah. So this was when we did our Cinema Wave Awards, which you guys can check out right now on Instagram and YouTube. This was in a lot of your categories. So I knew that this was a show that you really loved.
Yep.
I have not watched it yet, but I've seen clips, and it seems fucking insane.
Oh, yeah.
So hit us with why we have to watch this, because this is your number 3.
So I was not truly hip to the world of Stephen King prior to this. I've seen the movies, but I just didn't truly understand Stephen King. I watched this show, and this show, the Stephen King conversation is another thing in itself. But this show, if you guys have seen the It Chapter 1 and Chapter 2, this show sets up that movie in a way where I wouldn't even comprehend, to be honest. This was like this even being a setup to it, but the way that they do it is so well done, like so well done, and it has so many twists in it that you just genuinely aren't expecting. It's the writing is just so well. I think Alexander Skarsgård,
Bill Skarsgård.
Is it Bill?
Bill.
Oh my gosh, I'm Tara.
Bill, if you're watching, don't go after Mikey.
No, please don't, because oh man, plays a scary clown. No, but seriously though, Bill, yeah, like I knew from the movies that his performance was amazing, but this like solidifies it. You see stages to the character of Pennywise, and a backstory in a way that you didn't truly even. I didn't know but again, I know a lot of this is in the books. So if you are hip to Stephen King and those books, then I guess they're really expanding that world. But that was another thing that really sold me. They really are tying with this show a lot of the Stephen King things that we've seen. And there's things that I didn't realize connect to one another, and they connect in this show so many different movie franchises to this. And it's one of those things where it's like, oh wow, you weren't expecting that. But then ultimately, again, performance wise, I think that I guess some very good performances in this. Taylor Page, she plays one of the mothers in this show, and I think that she did some questionable things, but I think that it's a very good, again, performance. All of the kids in this show, again, it's the Pennywise stories focuses on kids, but they have a good blend of kids and adults in this show, and I'll leave it on. This is the last thing I'll say. It's dark. It is dark as shit. It is like very dark. The first scene in the first episode, I don't even know if I want to necessarily spoil it in any regard, but it's very dark. As any It movie, I will be like honest in this regard. You are gonna see kids die, which is like never like an easy thing to see. But again, it's amazing. It is the best CGI I have ever seen.
I was gonna say the visual effects that I've seen in the clips are unbelievable.
The last episode, CGI wise, I don't think I've ever seen anything touch this. Now, movie, like it is genuinely, it beats the movie CGI. It's so good. So I definitely would watch it.
Well, Andy Muschietti is also an executive producer, and I think he directed the pilot. So like he did the other movies as well. So he's still connected in that world, which is why I think it is praised as much as it is. But I've heard great things about it. Obviously, it's high up on your list, so it's a great show. I'm going to go to a show again that neither of you guys have watched. My number 2, it is Andor season 2. I don't love Star Wars like everybody else loves Star Wars. This show is not for Star Wars fans. The show is for literally everybody. Now, my brother is not a huge Star Wars fan. Ate up season 1 and waited until season 2 was done and binged it in a day.
Wow.
Like, Andor is genuinely my favorite and I think the best writing of the year on television. It's unbelievable to see this story kind of unfold, and it's not a story about lightsabers. It's not a story about Jedi versus Sith. This is a political story. This is about the rebels, and this is about the Republic trying to stop them by any means necessary. There's an episode in this show that is my favorite episode of the entire year across TV, where there is a massacre that happens. It is very reminiscent of, again, like very modern day politicking and what we're dealing with in the world, where there is a protest and there is violence that ensues, and seeing the emotion and the drama that comes from that in a show that is based in the world of Star Wars is the best thing that we like for that genre of like sci-fi and fantasy and comic books and that world. That is what we need more stories of. That's what I think connects like us to some of these past Marvel stories,
Mhm.
but they do it on an even bigger level. Tony Gilroy created this show. He was the writer on the Rogue One movie, which is the sequel to this. This is really like a 2-season prequel to Diego Luna's story. Unbelievable cast: Adria Arjona, Stellan Skarsgård, Kyle Soler is getting robbed in these, not getting nominated for anything because he's so damn good in this show. Denise Goff. I mean, it's unbelievable casting, unbelievable writing. One of my favorite shows of the year is my number 2. So I love Andor, and I hope everybody, same way Liz told everybody to watch The Pitt, everybody needs to watch Andor. So Liz, give us another one. How many you got left?
I have 3.
Okay, do we want to go rapid fire?
I'll power through these 3. Let's go.
Hit
So
us.
number 2, another one that you need to see is Adolescence.
Yes.
It's brilliant. No, I'm not going to spoil anything. All I'm going to say is that every episode is a single take. Yes, one shot. Every episode, and they're an hour long. One shot. It's incredible work.
Like Birdman, basically.
Yep. And they did every run through every episode about 3 or 4 times, and they rehearsed it like a play before because the actors are literally on screen the entire time in some of the episodes, and they don't do cutaways. If they mess up, they had to figure it out. It's some of the best acting of the year, which is why they're all winning. All the awards are going to this show. It's brilliant. It's only 4 episodes. Every episode is about an hour long, but like some of the conversation that they're trying to talk about too in this show has stuck with me all year, and I think it's a really important conversation to be having. And I'm not going to spoil anything besides you need to see it. It's brilliant. It's going to go down as one of like it's going to go down as a famous television show for years to come.
You know, not to cut you off, but you know what's so interesting about all of our lists?
What?
A lot of our shows that made our number 1, well, all 3 of our number 1s and some of our number 2s were all the first quarter of the year. So interesting to me. The Pitt came out in January. Adolescence was either January or February. The Studio was in March, and Severance was in January. That's kind of crazy.
It is kind of crazy. And then I don't know when my number 3 came out, but I got Hacks.
That was later.
Hacks is the funniest show on television, and the fact that none of you watch it is absolutely insane to me.
We got to start catching up on these shows Liz watches because she's getting pissed.
I am. Jean Smart has won every award.
She's been winning nonstop.
And she deserves it. Absolutely. This woman is the craziest character on television right now. She's essentially the story, and we're on season 4 now, so like the storyline is all over the place, and it's brilliant writing, and it's so funny. And essentially she is like a washed up Las Vegas comedian, stand-up comedian, and she's like one of the oldest female comedians and one of the first ones too.
It's kind of based on like Joan Rivers, right? Her character.
Yes, but like not in a way, because really what the story is focused on is her relationship with her like assistant that is forced upon her to make her more modern. And it's just a beautiful combination of like the older generation's humor and the younger generation's humor, and just like shoving us all together. It's so funny, so well written, hilarious. You got to see it.
What else you got?
And my last one is number 7, The White Lotus. I know some people didn't like this season, but you know what? I don't care. I love Mike White, and I think that a lot of people, I think season 2 was like probably the epitome of what this show is, but I think a lot of fans lost what also the kernel of this show is, which is just messed up, horrible, rich people essentially going on vacation, and then it's talking about the different classism of the people that are staying at this hotel versus the people that work at this hotel. And it's just conversations. It's not meant to be some like big like adventurous storyline that like we're gonna be going on some crazy world adventure. It really is about these people that are horrible and can't appreciate where this beautiful place that they're at, which I think this season does very well. Some of great performances came out of this season, and I stand by it.
Okay. I didn't love season 3.
I know you did,
but that's okay. I'm excited for season 4. We're going to France.
Yeah.
AJ Mashaka.
I think people
That's
just need
casting.
to like appreciate what the show is.
I love Mike White.
Yeah.
And I'm here for another 15 seasons of The White Lotus.
Good. You should be.
What
do you guys got? Because
Michael,
I'm done.
how many you got left?
I have 3 more.
Okay, I have 2 more. So do you want to go off your 3?
Power through.
Yeah. One of mine's like also very short. So I have at number 4, I have the Vince Staples Show. That's a show that I don't think will ever come up in anybody else's list.
I've never heard of it.
Michael loves this show.
I love this show. Vince Staples is a rapper, Liz. He's a rapper that you wouldn't expect to even be in like the sense and like the scene of like a comedic sort of, even like a writing producing world. He's very like of like a very specific like he reps his hood sort of thing like that, you know. And so but this is like genuinely funny writing. I compare it to like as close to as we might get to Atlanta, and I'm a big advocate for Atlanta and the comedy in that. He's really good. And the episodes themselves are really only like 10 minutes long.
Oh, wow.
Altogether, the whole thing probably adds up to about like an hour and a half. So they're very, very short. It's a very, very quick watch. But it's like they feel like, again, similar to like Tim Robinson, Darian, where it's like they feel like sketches, but they're very exaggerated. And he plays into the whole aspect of he's Vince Staples and like he acts in this show essentially. So like sometimes he'll introduce himself as like a character, he'll introduce himself to somebody in the show, and be like, you know, I've been in such and such, I make music, I star in the Vince Staples Show, and like he like makes that joke in the show. So it's like little things like that I think are really funny, but it's really good. Zach Fotz, if you guys know Zach Fotz, he was in it this season. Yeah, that's the Vince Staples Show. I would give it a try if you could. It's a very quick watch again. Vince Staples also guest stars in this next show that is also on my list. So I could use that as a nice transition. Number 5, Abbott Elementary.
Love it.
Yes.
Also love Abbott.
Love Abbott.
I think I just forgot to put Abbott on my list.
I actually didn't watch the newest season.
It's good. It's I don't think there will be a bad season of Abbott Elementary. It's just one of those shows I think will always just find its way in there. It's so wholesome, but also my whole family is like majority teachers, and so I look at, you know, Janine and Miss I forget her name in the show.
Cheryl Lee Ralph's character.
Yeah, Cheryl Lee
right?
Ralph. Yep. That's like Cheryl Lee Ralph is like literally my mom. Like that's, and so like it's I don't know. It's just it really hits home. But then to see the storylines that they're working into these new seasons with like foundation and budgets and, you know, even opposing schools and stuff like that, and to see it even becoming so big that now you have other celebrities guest starring. It didn't happen this season, but Bradley Cooper like guest starred on an episode, and they got a few people to come in. So it's really good. And then again, like the side characters that they'll bring in, I think also really amplified along with the actual main cast. And so Abbott Elementary, yeah, that will always be there. The last one I'll end it off with is my number 8, The Four Seasons. I'm surprised it made my list, to be honest. I am a big Tina Fey fan, and a big Will Forte fan. I think they made this one together, if I'm not mistaken. But also the whole cast: Coleman Domingo, Steve Carell. I'm drawing a blank on the other names, but they're all good. It's just a really nice ensemble. I think what drew me in was the concept more than it all, like the fact that it literally is like the ongoing story of the different seasons that these friends meet together. And it's such a basic concept, but there's so much you can work in that, because I feel like with friend groups, it's like reuniting with friend groups. It's always just like conversations or like hours long and stuff like that. There's always catching up. But then to see growing up in the midst of that, I feel like they capture that really well in that show. All the characters handle growing up in a different way, even being at like an older age. And just to see how that plus just relationships play out in that regard, it's really cool. And so that was my list.
Nice. My last 2 are docuseries, so people might click out of the video, and that's fucking fine.
Talk to us.
Number 7 is America's Team, The Gambler and His Cowboys. If you are a sports fan, you need to watch this, because it is the last dance for football with the Dallas Cowboys. From the time that Jerry Jones takes over the team. I don't care if you're you hate the Cowboys. you need to watch the show because the personalities that they get for this are just iconic, and you're seeing some of the most unbelievable athletes tell these unbelievable stories about doing drugs off the field and what it was like to play for the Cowboys in the 90s. And it's true. It's like they were the epitome of what everybody wanted. Everyone wanted to be around the Dallas Cowboys in the 1990s because of what Jerry Jones built. So that was a brilliant one. And then my number 3 of the entire year was Mr. Scorsese. Another Apple TV show, which again, like some people call it a show, some people call it a 5-hour movie, whatever. I'm going to count it as a docuseries. He's one of my favorite directors of all time, if not my favorite director of all time. And I love that this movie gives a real expose into pretty much every movie he's ever made, which is like the coolest film school ever. Like you're watching all of it unfold. You actually find out about how he almost died from like a drug overdose when he was hanging out with rock stars, and it was Raging Bull that pulled him out of it. And it was a movie that he didn't want to make, and De Niro's like, "You're making this movie, or you're gonna fucking die."
Yeah.
You get to see again like how Gangs of New York was his passion project since he started making films. You see how he came up and was friends with George Lucas and Francis Ford Coppola, and it's just like they get everybody to like Daniel Day-Lewis does an interview in this. I don't think people understand how significant that is because he never does interviews. So it's a brilliant. If you're a fan of movies and movie making and Martin Scorsese's films, you should absolutely watch it because it goes super in depth on all of them. But that is my list. That is everybody's lists.
That's it.
Let us know in the comments what are your guys' top 10 television series of 2025. Hopefully we'll be able to make 2026 a bigger and better year in TV on the channel. We're going to try. Got to catch up to the Pitt. We are about to start covering our first series of the year with the new Game of Thrones show that we're going to be covering week to week. It's only 6 episodes, not a crazy big commitment, but we're going to have a rotating, revolving group of people covering that show. Michael, myself, and Vinny are going to be covering Wonder Man when that wraps up because I believe it's going to be a single season drop. So a lot of TV we're going to start covering here in January. Hopefully you guys will be along for the ride with that with us. And like I said, please give this video a like, share it with your family and friends, comment your thoughts, and check out all our stuff on social media. All that stuff is below me in the video and also in our YouTube description. Just signing off. I'm Darian Scalamoni.
I'm Liz Seiko.
I'm Mikey Peniston.
And we'll see you guys next time.
This is The Culture.